So Uffa's just been to the vet and she's been very good. I think she got lots of loving and just had her vaccinations. And now we're just going to conk out because it's very, very tiring being a puppy. We've also had the Hoover today and done really well and had quite a lot of crashing and banging and cleaning going on and been really good. So overall, she's progressing really well. She's taking everything in her stride. Went a little car journey as well. She's good on the car journey. Puppy paws are the cutest. These are dirty puppy paws, but they're just so cute. They're just so cute. Uffa's first Zoom call training. Taking it very seriously. Smokey is watching the dog training going on. Thinks it's the most marvellous thing ever. You're observing it. Uffa has just discovered pigeons and is trying her hand at herding them. She managed to herd them over there. Steady, ready. One very tuckered out pup who has a very dirty nose from digging and a very wet back, dirty back leg from falling in the pond. So I think tomorrow is going to be bath day. The weather looks good and her shampoo's arrived, which I'll show you tomorrow. So I think I'm going to brave a bath. The next day, and it is bath time. So the shampoo that was recommended from her breeder was this one, which is MD10 Texture Collagen. Recommended for collies and long-haired dogs like Uffa. This will be where she's going to be blow dried on a cool setting in a little bit, but we've got a rubber mat that goes onto here so she can't slip off and a Kong to keep her occupied while that's all happening. So I've got Masco to do some footage. I'm going to go in the shower with her, hopefully not get too wet. So next bit you'll see, we've just crashed, so hopefully just the right time. She's only just laid down to get this done. She's not too hyper. Right, Uffa? It's bath time.
Uffa is so confused right now. But so far, no whining. Brave girl.
She's warming up the water. Good girl. Good girl. We've got a double coat, which means that you think when I poured the water in it, let it draw over to me. So you have to really get them tight.
Very good, girl.
And the other side. Yeah, do well. Good girl. Wet. Ready for the wash off? Good girl, you're so good. Right, ready? Here we go. Oh, nice and warm. Nice and warm. Oh, nice. Oh. She's just come out of the bath and I've towel dried her a little bit. She's got her Kong there. And in a moment we will start attempting to dry her. But she's a little bit kamikaze at the moment. Don't jump down. She's done really well. The hairdryer was a bit scary, wasn't it? Are you alright, girlie? Got hiccups and shaking a little bit. But she's done really well. We had a little brush. We're going to let her go in a minute. She might go completely crazy. Uffa, good girlie. What a clever girl. What a clever girl. Good girl. You did really well, didn't you? So today she's 10 weeks old. And we've had quite an eventful weekend, haven't we? So on Saturday she had some visitors in the morning, and then she started weeing more frequently than she normally would and straining. So our breeder was brilliant. She said keep an eye on her, if it continues, contact an emergency vet. So she did carry on for a couple of hours, so we contacted the emergency vets, and we then went to the emergency vets in the evening, and they were good. Typically she wouldn't then do a wee while she was there, so we thought it was probably cystitis, but they were good because they didn't give her an antibiotic until they could determine which particular bacteria it was. So, which is good because you want to make sure you've got exactly the right antibiotic. So what they did is they gave her an anti-inflammatory to kind of ease any pain and inflammation in her bladder, and they did that as an injectable, and then a top up of an oral one for the next couple of days. She feels completely much better. She's running around like a loony. By Sunday afternoon she was completely back to her normal self, so she met up with my nephews and she had fun with them. I mean, it's the afternoon at the moment, so we tried to stay quite chilled and not get too over the top because the next couple of days is going to be really hot. So in the afternoon we just kind of do chilled out play, chewing on things and things like that. And then in the evenings and the mornings is when we have like a little bit more serious kind of play and training sessions, because we ideally want her to be able to get into a routine where during the day she's used to kind of entertaining herself a bit more, and then in the evenings and mornings she will be more active. And obviously if the hot weather continues like this, once she's allowed out on a walk, we'll only be taking her out in the early mornings and evenings. So she's quite used to that routine. She's quite chilled out about it. She gets toys and things like that, so that's good. Because she's feeling better, but we still don't know whether it was cystitis and a bacterial infection or not. We managed to get a wee sample and we dropped that off along with the fecal sample because we're going to get her tested for worms rather. She's already been wormed by her breeder, so we don't want to get the wrong worm or anything like that. So we're going to get it tested, see if there is any presence of any worms so that they can pick the right one if she needs it. So she's doing really well. And the weird thing was, even when she was straining and obviously very uncomfortable, between both those episodes, she still wanted to play, she still wanted to eat, she still wanted to drink, she still wanted to do everything else. So at least she was feeling herself in between, but she's definitely feeling she isn't uncomfortable at all at the moment, which is the main thing, which is perfect. So we'll keep you updated. Hopefully before we post this we'll know exactly what it is and whether or not she'll need any more medication for it. But she's been a good girl. Haven't you, good girl? She's like, I want to play. I want to play. So Puppy's kind of distracted from gardening, but we've been able to harvest some fruit. This was our complete red currant selection this year, but hopefully in the following years we'll get even more. Strawberries we harvest every day, so it's just a small selection. Some of the ones that Uffa doesn't manage to eat. You can see some pictures of her eating our strawberries on her Instagram. And then these are mainly sunberries at the moment, but my blackberries are just starting to flower, so I'll have crop going all the way through until late August, hopefully. For all of these, I'm going to put them in the freezer because I just don't have enough right now. Quite like making like a summer pudding, which is like the best. And so I'm freezing all of these in preparation for doing something like that. And I'm just going to go and collect my peas. So let's see how that goes. I've got no idea what I'm doing with that. These I've done before, but peas is brand new to me. So I really don't know what I'm doing with peas. However, I've read up online. Oh look, I got Puppy to join me. She wants to join. Hi girl. Hi. So I read up online that when they're swollen like this should be an indicator. So I'm going to take this one off and see what it's like inside. And then if that one looks good, I'm ready to go. Now these are proper peas, so you shell them and you get the peas from the inside. Some of the other peas you can get like snap peas where you can eat the pod itself. So we'll have a look inside this pod and we'll see whether we have any success. This is partly the reason why we have to shell the peas, is I have a very inquisitive puppy that wants to eat it. I'm sure it's edible, but you won't appreciate it. Isn't she just the cutest? Oh, such a distraction. Thank you. That bowl definitely needed licking. Okay, you wait there while I shell the peas. Ooh. That looks good. They look good. Ooh, they look good. The other pea pod. There you go. Oh look, that's exciting. So we got 6 little peas. Let's see how it goes. And I forgot pea pod. Oh, she's so pleased with herself. It's a really hot day today, so we've just been chilling. My little garden helper. This pea pod I've just opened has just 1 single pea. I mean, it's a giant pea, but it's quite a lot of effort for just 1. All of these pea pods produced these peas is about 2 spoonfuls of that, but they're our own homegrown peas. Here comes Smokey, slowly walking across the garden. And there he's Uffa, watching him carefully. Good girl. He would probably eat you quicker. Right. Thank you. So that was our very small crop. We still do have some on here that I should harvest in the next few days. So that's good. This is Uffa's current bed. And you're almost too small for it, aren't you? Or too big for it. It's too small for you. So we've upgraded to this. What do you think? She's going to give it her seal approval or chew on it. One or the other. Oh. 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 Still find a way that you might not fit. Oh. She's like belly flopped in it. Is that good? Is that good? Oh, I think it's a hit. Because you can bury your face in it. It's a bit bigger than that one, isn't it? Well, that's good. I didn't think you'd want to use it. Oh. We're going to keep... You see what the problem is? She can't fit that one anymore. But she's going to try. There we go. And now to playtime. So, why is she named Uffa? Because it's a really unusual name. Is because of a naming tradition in our family. So we've had 4 dogs within our family, within my parents, and while I was growing up. And the first one was called Ruffles, RFF. The second was called Saffron, SFF. The third, we knew then we would follow the naming pattern, and so we called her Tiffin, which is TFF, but there were lots of other names like Truffle or Taffy that we thought about. And then we were like, oh gosh, can we carry this on or not? Because U was the next letter in the alphabet, and there aren't many names beginning with U. So we looked around, and many years ago I saw the name Uffa. I'd actually seen the name Uffi, and Ulf, which are both Scandinavian for wolf. Or like that, they might be Danish or Norwegian. There may be people watching this who can tell me this, but they're kind of derived from the same thing. So like Beowulf, the Ulf bit actually without the W means wolf, and the W has obviously been added later. So it seems right to name a dog something like Yuffie or Ulf. But she's a girl, so Yuffie sounds a bit boy. So we then went for Uffa, which is a derivation. Some like behind the names things will suggest it as a derivation of Uffi or Ulf. And I was a bit worried about the name because if you do know anything about dog names, they need to be quite succinct and unique in sounding. So you don't want to name where, particularly if you're going to do obedience and things like that, where it's a little bit confused. So she doesn't really have a harsh consonant, but she's doing really well with the name. So if we try Uffa, Uffa. Oh, so she does answer and she does come. What? Uffa? Did I disturb you? Did I? I'm sorry, Uffa. I'm sorry. So yeah, she does. It does work. Although she's now been disturbed. Uffa. And yeah, so it's fine. I think it's a good name. So that's why she's got that name. It's quite an unusual name, which we quite like as well. And when she's really grumpy, we say she is having an uppity, or she's being uppity, like from this kind of like the word uppity, but she's having an uppity. She's not too grumpy though, but we quite like it. It's quite cute. My mum insists that she should be called Uffia because that's more feminine, but she hasn't actually used it. So we've been very clear that the way we pronounce it is Uffa. So that's why she's called Uffa. And we're heading to nap time, so I'm gonna look this way. No. Oh. So the end of the week has been really, really hot. And Uffa's luckily discovered the kitchen floor is very nice and cool. So she's been sleeping here most. So the end of the vlog isn't very exciting of her first 2 weeks with us. It's her sleeping. But she's been doing that a lot lately in the heat, which is exactly right. We don't want her overheating or anything like that. We want her just cool and calm and collected. So until next time.